Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Jill and I'm here with day 23 of 30 inks, 30 days, and you might hear now in the background, it's late at night when I'm filming and she's upset because I'm not giving all of my attention to her, but she'll get attention right after this video. Today's ink is Dominant Industry Sunset. But first, I want to talk a little bit about, or maybe a lot bit, about Colorverse Iris Nebula. Because all that shimmer, it can cause problems. And the last time I filled my pen, I must not have remembered my own trick on how not to have problems with shimmer inks. Especially, see, this even bled through because I was pushing so hard to try to get it to write, and you can see how much, there was a ton of shimmer. And it was even going on to the previous page, but it is later now, so it's going to show up darker than it would have earlier in the day. It is a much lighter purple. However, it looks a lot more like just dark, but it looks also a lot more gray on through this camera lens of my phone, and so it's not that gray. However, it does look more gray on the Midori paper than it does on the Tomoe River or even on the swatch card. But it is more of a grayish purple, but this makes it look really gray, and it's not that gray. And so now I just wanted to do that ink because it looked a lot like Genny had. That notebook is just a notebook. It's not to do this. So what I did just before I started this video is I filled this how I normally do. And I will do about half or so of a fill with just the straight ink. And then I will add about half a fill of shimmer with a lot of the Colorverse inks. And that tends to work. Even in this Chinese pen, it worked. Until it didn't. And so, but I remembered that last time I didn't do that. I didn't do the fill part of it with just straight ink before I shake it up and add the shimmer ink. And I still do that with my Dominant Industry inks. See all that shimmer? That's even from only having filled not even like just, I don't know, I filled a little less than half with no shimmer, and then did the rest shimmer. And depending on the ink and depending on your experiences with the ink, you can like experiment to see like, do I need more ink, less shimmer for certain inks? And this is the Dominant Industry Sunset. It kind of looks rose gold, but the shimmer is actually a gold shimmer. And it actually is a lavender ink. I don't know why it's looking so purple on the swatch card, but it is a lavender ink. And this is the box that it comes in. And oops. I just dropped part of it. Where did that go? Okay. Each box of Dominant Industry ink comes with the ink in a little kind of rucksack kind of thing where you can tie it shut. And it comes nicely tied. I don't usually tie them. And then, this is not a bottle you will be tipping over. It is 25 milliliters. And the bottle is pretty solid. I mean, if you really try hard, you can knock it over, but I've never knocked it over trying to fill a pen. And I think I filled a pen like 3 times from this bottle. And if you don't want to fill from the bottle, they also give you this little mini, teeny tiny pipette. It's like, not very big. It's very cute. But all of the Dominant Industry inks come with the pipette. They all come in this little, like, sack inside the box. And then it's just a cardboard box. And then I just keep the little pipette with it. Sometimes I lose it. I think I have a couple. Lost a couple. That is. But I really like this ink. I love Dominant Industry inks. I really like to lean toward like the Korean brands because I don't know how many people know this, but I was adopted as an infant from Korea, so anything that reminds me. I was trying to learn it over the summer. I got it, or over the winter. I got to get back into that. Not the easiest language to learn. But I liked it, and I really like their inks. They have the main inks are out of South Korea are Colorverse, Dominant Industries. Is there another one? I know 3 Oysters. Am I forgetting one? I don't think so, but... Oh, Warangle. Yes, I was forgetting one. Warangle. How did I forget that one? I don't know. But I think 3 Oysters is like the least known one or the least talked about one. I might have to load a pen up with that ink next month. But this is Dominant Industries. I think this ink tends to be a standard ink. It just depends. Some of the lighter inks can be more on the drier side, but that tends to be across all brands. I've heard people say they find Colorverse to be a dry ink. It's not in any of my pens. I've heard people say different inks are dry, so some of it's going to be climate, some of it's going to be your pens, some of it's going to be just how you tune your pens, if you tune your pens. I tend to make my pens write more wet if I can, so, or if they're not writing wet enough for me, I definitely then will. I don't think I did this one. I might have. I can't remember. This is like one of my first TWSBI Ecos. It's like, I think it was my first because if I remember correctly, I think black was the very first color of the TWSBI Ecos. And I think when they first came out, they were like $28.99, I want to say. I know they were under 30. Could be wrong, but I know they were under 30. I remember that because that was a big selling point when they first came out with the Eco. Because I mean, nobody had heard of a piston filling pen under $30. I mean, at that time, the mini was $50. So, I don't know, but I remember it being very affordable. Although I think I switched the nib out. I don't think I want a medium. Although, you have to be very careful if you're going to do that. I only did that because I bought too many of the same color in too close of nib size. So, this nib is now permanently in this pen. And it is, today is the 23. And if you put a shimmer ink, it's going to be dang hard to get all that shimmer out of the feed. I just consider it a bonus during my next color. It's just a little bit of shimmer in that feed, maybe. Maybe the ink will have a little bit of shimmer if it's not a shimmer ink. If it is a shimmer ink, it really doesn't matter. Doesn't affect it then. I mean, a little bit might be a different color, but I mean, it's not a big deal. I've never had a problem. And this is Frisbee Eco Black. This one happens to be a medium nib. But I will say, I have used shimmer in both fine. Actually, fine is usually what I use shimmer in. And extra fine nibs. And they're Twisby. And have no clogging issues through the whole fill. You just want to be careful how much shimmer you're actually sucking up. And I really like this color. I know it's really light, but I don't mind light colors. Okay, I can't close my pens on camera, but I don't mind light colors. I know some people do. I like light colors, I like dark colors. I like all kinds of colors, if you can believe it, because this month has been all purple, but I do like all colors. And I have been trying to get more not purple inks, and I did see a preview of, well, first I'll show you this ink. You can see there's shimmer. It's definitely less, but there's definitely plenty of shimmer in there. And if you're like reading it up close in person, not trying to read it through a camera lens, you can see a lot of shimmer. It's very easy to see. It's in all the letters. And this is one of the inks I tend to keep inked more often than not. Just because I like it if I want a lighter color ink. And want shimmer. So, this is Dominant Industry Sunset. And as you can see in this swatch, it's much more purple instead of like the kind of pink purple chroma shade. It's not really that. I think it's more the concentration of the shimmer that makes it look more pink, maybe. I don't know, because I've always seen it as purple. But the shimmer does kind of, because it's purple, look more pink. And because it is a gold shimmer, it will look more pink. So, that is day 23. And if you have any questions about, like, how I fill my shimmer inks so that they don't clog. Feel free to leave a comment. And I can try to answer that, or even maybe demonstrate it in a video. But it got super late tonight, so I didn't even want to try. So please hit the like button and subscribe if you have not. And thank you for watching. And I'll see you back tomorrow for day 24. Bye.